Thank you for joining and welcome to the Petersville Farm channel. So in today's video, I would like to provide you with some ideas of creating the partial shade conditions in your garden, especially if you do not have the trees that are in place. And I would like to show you a number of ideas that I've used to create these shade structures because the needs of plants vary from plant to plant. Some plants require full sun, there are others that require partial shade, and other plants, their light requirements are full shade. So I will be showing you these ideas, and hopefully this will be of some help. So let's delve in. So first, in terms of the shade cloth, this is what I use. This is basically from Harbor Freight, and they are decent quality. I've had these for several years, and they are pretty much in decent shape. And at the ones at Harbor Freight, based on the size and your needs, they you could get them in various dimensions. So here, in this particular structure, originally I wanted to use some 1.5. I've used those at in the past, but there's a spike in the price, and so I was able to find these. I found these 3/4 inch um, electrical conduits, which these ones they are more resilient or stable to the exposure of sunlight. So these are 3/4 inch, and the dimension here, this is 20 feet. This is a 20 feet structure, shade structure here. And so I have, in terms of this, I have, it looks like it's 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. So 7 will suffice to for this purpose for 20 feet. And essentially at the side, I have some stakes. These stakes, they're readily available at stores such as Lowe's, Home Depot, and Tractor Supply. Now these, the ones I have here, they are from Tractor Supplies, but you can also use steel to secure them at the ends. And that's pretty much what I've done for this type of setup when I'm using the 3/4 inch conduits. So I'm going to show you uh, the stakes that I actually use. They're kind of like a T-post, the ones that I've been using, but there are many options. And I've even used recycled parts, metal parts, as support stakes. For example, these are old pieces from tents that I've had in the past, and I've simply just used these as stakes as long as they could fit over the conduit. So for this particular stake shown here, this is what the T-post looks like. Now these are not new purchase. I was using them for they were in place already, and so I'm just now using them in the for this application here. But these are approximately, I believe they are 48 inches or 4 feet, but they come in 4 feet, they come in 3 inches, 2 feet. But I like these particular dimensions because I can actually raise the arch higher if I need to, and so I find it's very convenient doing so. But I mean, you could experiment and see, what may be the ideal solution for you. So in terms of one of the issues with The joints here, the fitting with these conduits is they normally break apart. So now I have them held in place with a screw. But ideally, it's good to uh, have some sort of connector, horizontal connector connecting all seven. And what you could do is to place a screw on both sides. So I found some materials. Didn't want to go to the store, so I found some materials. This is some old vinyl siding, and I applied it here as to keep them together. And so one screw is placed on both sides, and that will ensure that they stay in place. So it's coming up with a plan to make sure that these connectors do not break apart. Even when they're glued, over time, uh, that glue is no longer in place, and so they will split apart. And that's actually happened. So today I placed this structure back together, and I implemented some strategies that will keep it in place. So in terms of the support, now if you want it to be even more, you can actually put structures at the side. I didn't do so. Or you can even have some stakes or wood. If you have some hardwoods, then you can add some extra support. But the structure as shown here will be fine, and so I would not add anything extra at this time. So here is another structure. Okay. And this is the one that's consisted of the 1.5 PVC structure. So this is another setup that you can utilize. Or here is another setup. Okay. Okay. So this one, ideally, I have for the spinach and the beets and the carrots shown here. So I provide them with some sort of shade, because here this is in the direct southern, uh, facing the direct southern sky, and so this partial shade will help them from getting scorched. Okay. So this is the second idea, is using these PVC. Now for the taller structures are really ideal for tall plants, and so for the structure here, uh, that I've just the hoop shade structure, those are for turmeric, and the turmeric, they get really tall, and so the height of the structure will be dependent on what you are planting there. So this is another configuration. Now with this actual setup, I'm using these blocks that I've used to make the raised beds, and there's a bar in place, and I pretty much place these structures over that bar, and then I've used these as a straight structure. Now I am doing some revamping here. I've reapplied these covers here in this location. But if you're setting up a raised bed using this configuration, with these type of connectors, these connectors are readily available at Lowe's and Home Depot. But if you're doing this configuration, it's easy to utilize a shade structure over it using 3/4 inch PVC pipes, right? So these are the three configurations that I want to show you. And if you have any other ideas in terms of providing partial shade to your plants that do require that condition, please feel free to let me know what you are utilizing. The thing is, um, especially when we get to the summer months, although some plants may require full sun, with that hot summer heat, they will really be able to do with some partial shade during that time. So this would be a very important component of the garden, And this is also great in terms of if the garden is in one consolidated area, then the various conditions can be applied where you have shaded structure in some areas and some areas are left without the shade. So this will be all for today. And we thank you for watching. Um, and we thank you for subscribing to the Petersville Farm channel. Feel free to leave your comments and be sure to like. Thank you.